came here. I did not say go do research. Wherever you get there, use it against me. No, I didn't say so. I told you I came here. I did not come to beat my chest or beat war drum or boast of killing people. That's what I said. In fact, that one person we keep talking about, and I think that's the concern of everybody. They want to know how it happened, as you can't explain. I told you, no, it's not safe for me. It's not safe for me to come and boast about killing Quiwonkpa. I don't like it. We are cousins. The Guilds, the Manor, and the Crowns are cousins. I want to school in Nima. These things are unfortunate incidents. So nobody's supposed to boast about them when we are talking about truth and reconciliation. They continue to say, we want to know, we want to know. You and who want to know? If you want to know, anything, I told you here, if you want to research paper against me, whatever you want to, do it. But I will not stand here to boast about killing my cousin or my relative. I consider the Guild to be my relative. What I should tell you, I say I don't want to do it. Recently, when President did it, why be the president had to intervene? When the president will intervene between me and the Quiwonkpa family again, the president get what to do. I said, I don't want to do it. Then he said, do it. Do it. I don't want to do it. Finish. That military action. Nothing else happened. We fought in the battlefront. The men died. Finish. Then he said, do it. What other detail you want? I don't know. Maybe you know better detail than I do. But they want to know that I'm providing already. I'm sorry it happened. And I always say I'm sorry. I'm sorry that even the Guild and the Krahn, the Manor had to fight in the Mandingo. I regret it so much. I see that I tell you, you're not reconciled. Let's forget about the past. And we forget it. Then you tell, can't remember about the past. To tell what you did to the man. We went in the battlefront, that kind of thing. Then we went, the kid to do that, then take that. Then I go out there, I be working with pride and dignity. So you will sound. When I went through Nimakande, you escort me. I go in there now with my hair high. We see, we hug each other. You want it to spoil anyhow, I'm going to talk. Talk why I'm not supposed to talk. Why you put words in my mouth? For what? Is that what the forum is about?
This is intellectual forum.
But they want to be more than if you are teaching class, the student will be tired by now.
And I want you to know, you ask a question, you say we. You say me and who. I'm speaking to you majestically. I'm talking on behalf of the commission. And so I'm saying the commission would like to know. That's the first answer. The second answer, before you begin to testify, you took oath to tell us the truth, and you re-emphasize nothing but the whole truth. So you are leaving some of the truth behind.
The definition, excuse me, Mr. Commissioner, we are all educated people. The definition of truth is relative. What you consider truth will not be my truth. What I consider truth will not be your truth. That's the truth I'm telling you. I say you got other truth in me. You got machine that will extract truth from me. Then you can come and put on my back. Let's take the truth out. But I finish telling you, it was a military action, has been forgotten about 23 years ago. I'm not here to boast about it.
So
I told you it's a military action. It finished.
So we should handle it militarily.
Any way you want to handle it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you too. All right. Any other question?
Yes.
I'm Commissioner Brown Bull. Although I was not here at the beginning, but I've been listening to your statement. Now, witness Edward Slangar, I don't know whether you read the PRC Act before coming. I heard you talking about other people who come in and knocking their chests, and maybe people still feel that might make right. That was done when the people had the guns and the missiles in their hands, and they thought that might made right. But after you talk about 23 years ago, we going further than 23 years ago. In fact, the act gives us to go to 1979, and we can go before that, because we have to find the root causes of the war. You said that the Guilds, the Manors are your cousins, but even family, you come from one man, one pie, you make fuss. How many times the family, the Guilds and the Manors and the Crowns having sat together and say they made peace, and after that smoke the peace pipe, and after that what we saw the death of our leader, We saw the death of citizens. We saw the going away of a constituted elected president who is here for the sake of peace and to lay down the arms. So today, after that, when the people had to go to Ghana, places where Liberia had to go to other African countries where Liberia sought for them to come from colonialism. That's the people who had to take sanctuary for the Liberian people to come to see how can we come now and make this final peace. So we're not here now about currency. We know that we were sisters, brothers, cousins, and relatives. But what was done, they didn't think about it now. We trying to write history and put it in a perspective. Thank God you said you educated, and we supposed to be educated. But there are many of our brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers out there who are not educated, who fought the war based on what the educated people told them, misled them, and made them feel what was right. So what we are here mandated to do, we didn't decide what to do. The warring factions and all the political parties, your cousins and your uncles and other people, cousins and uncles decided and gave us our time of reference. But look at the past murders, sexual and rape, forced displacement, and many other things, looting, killing. And all we are doing here is following and seeing whether it was a systematic pattern or it was isolated. So all the commissioners are doing, because it's live. Because just as you say, the people can lie plenty here, the Liberians can lie. So we don't want to call people, there are certain people who come in camera. But to those who come in outside, so when we make our report, people can't say they lie. Because many people hear it and they're recording it. In view of that, as my prelude, could you please let us answer the question? Because why? Before we can have reconciliation, and Mr. Witness Slangar, we must have the truth. Whether it was written in newspaper, whether it was on TV, whether it was that, the best evidence is what we want. And you sit in our chair today as the best evidence, and no other evidence is better than you. So as we have to put down in the name of history a society of our citizens who have gone before, we have to know who killed them, how did they go, when and how. So you come here, you talk about protection, because you got to pass through Mano country and Kio country in Lima. You think about the protection today. You didn't think about it in 1985 because you were aid or you had the power. Since 1985, many have gone, but you have lived for this day to be able to say, as for the allegation that General Quiwonkpa, one of the 70 enlisted men that had a revolution, just like we talk about Doe, people talk about him. Now we own his death, just like Doe death was controversial, or Toba death was controversial, who killed this, who killed that. So we finish with Doe, we own Quiwonkpa. Is it true? One question I ask, yes or no. Is it true that you or Edward Slangar were one of those who killed Mr. Quiwonkpa, the former commanding general of the Armed People Redemption Council? Is it true? Yes or no?
You know what happened, Madam Commissioners? You know, when you're asking questions, then we begin to wonder whether this commission would actually realize the reconciliation we're talking about. If you can be seen as a commissioner of reconciliation, seeing he didn't think about the protection in 1985, then it sounds like, you know, what happened in 1985 was something that that just came from a blue sky, and we just went against the people to kill them. You're not even looking at what happened. People have come here to tell you how they aided the men to come. Nobody talking about that. What you're looking at now is, I committed, maybe in your own mind, I committed what I should have not committed. You know, militarily. You know, and when you take oath in military, you tell the people that you defend the country, you defend the territory of your country. If somebody will come out and say, what you did militarily, and why you didn't think you defend, that means you are defending what the person did that led to the military action.
We supposed to also look at the actions of the military. Anyway, it's truth, justice, then reconciliation. I'll go to the next question. There's a maxim that he who is silent when he should speak assents. So I'll go to the next question. You were considered a very close person to President Doe and considered as a businessman, as you said yourself. I want to know, were you one of those who accompanied Winston Tubman and the group that went to United States in 1990?
No, Madam Commissioner. I think when Winston Tubman came here, he never mentioned my name.
No, he didn't mention many other names either.
About Winston Tubman, I even got close to Winston Tubman during 2005 election.
Question I just asked, did you go with the 10-man delegation to the United States?
Madam Commissioner, question sometimes you explain. You don't just no. The question sometimes you explain. You are a lawyer, you know that. So why would you tell me, you say no, you don't want me to be here, I'll go. You ask me, I want to explain. I didn't know the man until 2005. He said, no, I went anywhere. He said, I didn't even touch that portion. I just said, yes or no. Then why will you tell me what to say? Are you here to tell me what to say?
The next question. You were a businessman. Can you please say what kind of business you were doing?
Which time now?
During the Doe regime.
I came here, I told you personally, I'm going to logging and I'm doing trading. That's what I said. I didn't mention about Doe regime.
During the period 1981 to 1989, can you please say what were your vocation, what were you doing?
When Doe took power at the University of Liberia, I went to school at the same time doing business and serving military services. I have been doing business since then, and I'm still doing business today. Not only do time, I continue to do business, and I'll always do business.
Can you please say, for the record and for the audience, what kind of business were you involved in?
Mining, consultancy, logging, trading.
Yes, because the reason for asking what kind of business you were doing, consultancy, what were you consulting on, and who were your clients?
Whoever comes with problem, for consultancy, I don't have to name my client saying that this one was my client, that was my client. I said I was doing consultancy. Consultancy is a broad scope of business. People can come to you, even on family matter for consultation. So I bring consultancy, business consultancy, private consultancy, and all. Whatever problem you bring to me for consultation, I work on it.
Mr. Witness, were you related to Mr. Doe?
I was not only related to him, I was very close to him.
You were not only related, you were close.
Very close to him. I use the word very.
Were you all had any blood relationship?
Yeah.
So were you somehow like the conduit, like you talk about consultancy, were you the consultant, playing the role for Mr. Doe with foreign investors, or were you one of those who were covering up? Because why? When Mr. Doe died, there were several family members who claimed that the money that they were being deposited was not for Mr. Doe, but it was for the private business. Some of his family members, which that was brought up in a London court and in Boston. Are you aware of that?
No.
Mr. Bucknicky came here and he testified concerning the Krahns and their religion. I mean the clan, the supremacy and what they do, that they made sacrifices for before going to battle. They constantly made sacrifice to the extent that they took the Liberian flag and the seal and they took it to the mountains, perhaps for rulership of the Crown dynasty of Mr. Doe. Being very close to Mr. Doe and also a relative of him, very, very close. Are you aware of that? Were you a participant to this ritual or ritualistic aspect of your tribe? Because they say you all ate the food together and you all killed. I mean that killing was done. Even up to the last war, they were doing killing. Before they went to every war, they killed. Can you come and
Madam Commissioner, with all due respect, I have to explain something here. People come here, I don't know, they come make news or they want for people to know them. Some even use their forum, like you campaigning. Some of them tell you how much education they have and what all, and they boast. I continue to say, that particular question that you just asked me, Madam Commissioner, Paul Nicky, I even got to know him April 6th. How old was he at the time when Doe was president? Death, oh Jesus Christ. When you die, you know Baba. What? From the testimonies and things I've been hearing, there be something, little boy like that one who just they got to know 1996, April 6th in the barrack. He was not the only boy naked. We had so many boy naked in that barrack. And luckily for him, he will come here and talk for here. Who knew that one? Who knew that one there? At that time, even now, who know him? If I see that man in the street, I don't even know him. Then I see LOT, I am born naked. Nobody born naked again. I'm surprised, man. The man will be talking about going on the mountain. Why the commission they didn't complain for him to dig out the flag? Say he buried it, he know where he buried it. How will somebody come and lie on people like that before they are dead? The man not even crying. The man from all the way Sando. He's not even from Tucson. We far from the place. Then the man come here and want to make news. I don't know where he going. The Holy Spirit that came on him. He says he's a godly man. People come here. Clergy people come here and lie. I can imagine one clergy man came here. I don't know if he said Father who took care or take care from Charlie Church. Came here and said and Doe were hiding the flower bush and Doe were having Quiwonkpa and then what was the confusion? How can you handle somebody who honor you? I can't take like I know you were part of the Coup that was trouble because he was talking, he was there, maybe he was there when Doe was hiding the flower bush, then when Doe moved from the flower bush, then they overthrew. Can you come here and talk that kind of thing, man? But nigga come here and talk that kind of lies that I can explain here. I don't know, we didn't know that man. That man got to be known April 6th, my sister. It's not true, just all lies. They want to be popular by using people's names. That lie.
You see, Mr. Witness, Mr. Slangar, this what it is, the truth-telling, truth-searching. I know, I can understand how you feel, but you see, by answering this question, just like many people come and say things, they said about the Krahn tribe. You, by me asking you this question, you have been able to clarify, to say what this witness said is a lie, that it didn't happen. So,
excuse me for interruption, Madam Commissioner.
Yes.
Maybe it might slip my mind. The commission not to be dissolved. It should not be dissolved. Let it be perpetual. So that we'll be talking about lies in the country. We have dispute. The commission will not go. Like your 9 months, you ask for, you ask for more months. But more time to stay here. I'm begging the president, let the commission remain. No. Because it will solve a lot of problems in the country when people lying on you. The commission will be the best place to come and lay their complaint. And they may rather lie again, come and bring trouble. Because people come here and lie. Let the commission stay.
Thank you, witness.
One of my recommendations, though, if they want to dissolve you, no. Because when you started so, tomorrow then the people will come. They say you're there. Tomorrow other problem will come. They say you're there. When somebody hear about lie, they say you're there. When people come here, they get job, they declare their asset, but when they stay in government, when they leave in, they can't tell what they got. They can only tell what they have when they came in, when they go in, they don't tell us. They will tell you before they leave. They're commissioned to stay. Go ahead, any question?
Thank you now. You know, those who live to tell a story, very important to whatever peace and reconciliation we can bring. The TRC Act says that we can make recommendation for continuation of any investigation that may so be desired. So thank you now for bringing that recommendation. The second, another question. Somebody came and they talked about the 11-man Supreme Council that during the war, that some of the top Krahn people who were very close to Doe during the 1990 when many people started abandoning him, some of his army people and stuff, that they created a Supreme Council. And that Supreme Council, they have the list of the names of who are members of the Supreme Council to Doe, giving advice, even military as well as, you know, very close to him. Are you aware of it, or are you a member of the Supreme Council?
No, when I came here, Madam Commissioner, I told you during the heydays of the war, I was in the southeast. I was not here. 1990 war, when it started, I was assigned in Grand Jide County, defending the southeastern region. I mentioned it, maybe you were not here. You were not here, I mentioned it. When Doe died, I crossed to Ivory Coast. And I came back here in 1993. I came back here. When I came in 1994, the child routine happened. I explained all of that just now. Maybe you were not here. You know, I will come back to a point. But let me hear all the questions, my closing statement. I will know what to say. Go ahead.
You are accused of Ambassador Peter Johnson.
Who?
Ambassador Peter Johnson, one of your top crime men. Peter Johnson, you know him?
The late Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him. I knew him.
You knew him very well.
Very well.
He was with LAP.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. So after this Quiwonkpa incident, I hate to go back to it, but it said that his uncle and some of the women gay and others were severely tortured and beaten simply because, you know, of his affiliation with LAP. And they said that those who did it, they call your name again. Special aid to Samuel Doe. So you remember, because why? It's good to ask.
No, it's good.
Because if you don't ask it whether it's true or not, and people write it, you know, you have the opportunity to confront. So
yeah, you know, it's good to ask some of the questions here. Ambassador Johnson was like a father to me. Even when I was in jail in 1994 during the charge episode, I mean, helped to even take care of my family because he came to the jail, used to bring me money and all. I don't have knowledge of that. Like when even torture or I was part of it. Had it been with Mr. Johnson being so close to me, even when we were in Ghana, we were very close. When he came, even if you go ask a family, they will know how close I am. A daughter of mine said did biology together at the University of Liberia, or Peter Lynn Johnson. She sees me like a relative. I mean, right now my cousin is married to his nephew right now, as I'm speaking. So there's no truth about that I know. No, these are fabrications. People say these things from hearsay. I mean, I can't get over, you know.
You know, Mr. Witness?
Yeah, ma'am.
Plenty of people die just for people telling lies on them and mistaking. During the war, during the period, they hate people. Like somebody came here and they said people joined this war for different reasons. Some to get after their family, some to get after their friends, enemies, for land, business, all kinds of things. So many people died for kinds of reasons, and you say for safety you want to talk.
No, Madam Commissioner. After few minutes of talks, I will have to clarify that point. I keep raising because that has been the core question everybody been asking me. You know, I have to throw a little light on it. You know, the reason I was asking even if you have a core question of that type, at least there are some issues that are raised. Raise them with me first. Then you come to that me issue. At the end of the day, when you started like that, then you are inflaming me. You know, you don't. But there are other issues that are raised. Nobody want to touch. Touch those issues first before you come to the one or 14 that everybody want to know about. When General Johnson came, everybody wanted to know about. No, I know when I come here, people want to know about Quiwonkpa. I knew it before I came. But give me chance, at least ask me all the other things I talk about, including my own self going to jail, the way I treated. At least come to those areas and we can give me almost the last question now, Mr. Chairman, say, we want to know this part. Then, after I have even, come to myself, taking the spirit of talking. But when you can go to Bombay, Tona, speak the thing, just a little boy. Do not look at a little child. I'm all of a small you. Yeah, but then a little boy. So when you're talking to me, you ever talk to me like a big brother?
Well, you know.
Because you got white beard, Mr. Kafuma Kone. But because you're a she, I'm older than you. Because I'm fine. You got it. That's all. Finish. Okay, go ahead.
Wait, Miss Slangar.
Yeah.
You think you older than me?
Yeah, I'm older than you, Mr. Boo. You small girl. Let's talk on here.
I say, you and this William Clay.
Yeah.
Did you all had a consultancy together?
Yeah, we did.
You have a big PR company that's simply the public relations, that's simply called consultancy.
Yeah, SNG consultancy.
Yeah. See, those are things like we know, and of course, although you talk short, but some short story got long any.
Yeah, go ahead, madam.
I want to tell you thank you. If there's anything that you think you can't talk in public, the TRC provides that we can talk in camera, because people who serve in the military, they have something to your call this filter oath. Not everything you can talk outside for the security of the state. We are also mindful of that, and we really want to get to the deep root cause of many things. Some of the things we don't know, but you all will know it. And we want, when we cut the flower, it must be cut for real. We just here, we 9. We don't know everything, just like you say, we're younger than everybody.
I say I'm older than everybody. I say I'm younger.
Younger than you. But there are many things you could help us. Many names. Many people who external and internal actors. Because coming down to this, they put us on sanction for diamond, for rubber, and people felt that the rubber people who were in the logging business were using that in exchange for arms. Doing the research and doing the testimony, we found out that some of the logging people who were bringing ship for logging, in exchange, they were doing for ammunition. So this why they have one portion of the TRC Act says economic sabotage. And people who use government resources to fuel the war, and mineral resources, natural resources, so timber. So there will be, you might have some information on some of the people who are not patriotic, or some of those who took advantage of all of us. So I want to say thank you, and you know this what it is. You got to be firm and focused, because sometimes when people want to, they think make you vex. Now you see how you come into it, and I want to say thank you, because you show respect to me and for me, and you answer my questions to the best of what you felt was your ability and prudent to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Commissioner. You know, I want to appeal to the commission, the whole commission. Some of us are very emotional. I have to control my emotion when I'm going out of track. I would appreciate that. All right. You know, I want to make another thing clear here, because this is the only place you can find me your God. Every time I hear people say, oh, Doe, are not educated. Yes, I agree, you are not educated. That's why you build Central Bank. If you are educated, you're going to take the money and build Tucson. You made a mistake. You are not educated, yes. That's why you pay for all the road to Bannersville. You know, if you are educated, you would have not done that. But today, Doe is not educated. Tomorrow, listen, people are working on it early now. Tomorrow, you ask them, that more here, who says she used to listen to people? You know, I'm not a Liberian, they can't lie. Who said that woman used to listen to people? She felt that she knew everything. Anything you tell her, she used to listen to me. I was just there for my daily bread. They always somewhere for daily bread. We got to be careful in this country. How we approach our leader and how we talk about them. Leader is a leader, regardless. They got positive part and they got negative part. Nobody is perfect. At least we should talk the positive thing that they're doing. You know, the last time President asked me, he said, Mr. Slangar, you are very quiet these days. Why Ellen Power is not talking? Is she your friend? And when Jack Klein was here, you gave me help. You asked for an audit. I said, yes, I did that. But if I speak, I should speak something that worth speaking. I shouldn't talk because I got bugged to talk or I want people to know me. To set up a government, for a government to start working from war, for adjustment period. 3 years to 4 years for adjustment period. So you see people putting lights in the street and you criticize. The best I can do now is to help and bring investors and help the situation the war destroyed. I'm here. Anything you want to ask me, I will explain. I'm not afraid of anything. You know what I'm afraid of? Every when I'm in the opinion, I don't give. I don't talk. But anything, I'm not afraid. Anything you ask me, no behind camera, what kind of camera? Ask me here, I will say here. Because people can lie. Yeah. They can lie. Let them hear me speak. And who asks question? If you anywhere now, bring it. Don't ask me in the street. I won't answer you. Don't ask me yesterday. I hear you to 3 hours. I'll tell my security to drive you away. I carry my own security. If you lie in this country too much, especially your leaders. And then they lie. I told the president before. I told President Samuel Doe before. If you hear anything about Slangar, call him and ask him. Because the people that destroy this country, security report. Prophets, people who can see vision. They don't see poor people vision. When I was in the hospital suffering, nobody saw my vision. But when total power, the visionless were so plenty. Testify. Security report. Vision. Dreamers. I can dream. My head can lie. That the head can lie. Now what about the trouble here? The head can lie. You don't see no vision. You see trouble. You don't see anything good for the country. We got to be very careful. I'm using the forum to express myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Slangar. Well, thank God. I, Councillor Pearl Brown, who had the opportunity, like I said, I don't deny my association or affiliation, because in life you go through stages, and I'm not responsible if nobody didn't participate in government to do their civic duty to their country. I did, and I started in my 20s, and I will work for every government, because why? The object is I'm not working for the individual. I'm working for the betterment of my country with my knowledge, skill, and experience. I had the opportunity to serve with Mr. Doe in the Interim National Assembly as well as the Constitutional Advisory Assembly. So I have my own personal opinion about him. And in closing, to say, when you talk about ignorant things, this writer says, listen to others, even the dumb and ignorant, they too have their story. Thank you very much for participating in this process.
Mr. Witness.
Yeah, madam. Sorry. I'm in a very serious mood now.
Okay.
Go ahead, madam.
We just want to say thank you for reconsidering to answer questions here in this process. And like you said, you made an appeal that whenever you are getting too emotional, we should come in to calm you down. I just want to say, please calm down. This is not a process that want to implicate you or that want to make bad things to happen to you. But it is a process of truth finding, and also a process where when you are accused of doing something, you can come to and feel comfortable, feel at home to clear your name. It is an opportunity that has been given to you to come before the TRC today to clear your own name. So by even refusing to talk would be like people have come to say something to you about you and you are not able to clear it. But by even answering Commissioner Boo, we were able to get some facts that people came here to lie. So I just want to appeal to you also to calm down.
Thank you, madam.
Calm down so that you'll be able
Yeah,
to
we
listen. We should bring some more
maybe if I
water.
bring, I'll cool off and I'll be able to speak better. Yeah, but you know when lies are so plenty, you know people get emotional.
Yeah,
We get a
so
place to a brief. You know, reconciliation we got our own method in our home. If you want to reconcile people, put the two parties together.
Yeah.
Say you sit down here. Me, I'm proposing that at the end of the day, the guilds, the manor on the other hand, the Krahn on the other hand, add for all the chiefs in various counties and to add onto your commission. Dating between the Krahn, the guild, and the manor, let investigate it. Who wrong a friend when you say no, you get back. I think we end. I say the one who did in my son, nobody was saying I did this, I did that to you. When they was saying what I'm saying, BB people put here so, we put here so. They say, okay, you Krahn, your Krahn people, what happy? They give people here, so you're happy to be between you. We explain. They too, they should explain. Then when we explain, the people go ahead here, they come by, they say, okay, Krahn people, you ain't get that. You can't case on your big your brother then. We beg them. If they are wrong, we come to them and say, my brother, we're wrong. We're sorry for what happened. I think the reconciliation will come better.
And this is where we are starting from. That particular process you right now talk about, this is where we are starting from.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, we hope that we'll come to what you are saying.
Yeah, because I heard you saying national conference. We had national conference till that time. What did they give? I'm talking about peace and reconciliation. When the man who wrong admit, they group here wrong. Your Krahn people, you're wrong. You're small, but you're full of trouble. You're wrong, they give people. You can't now say give people, you're sorry, man, you're sorry. We will not do it again. All give people, you think you're plenty. You're more than the Krahn people. You're pick at them so much. You're all though and people might over through and you move from there. You say you want forcing out of power every day. That is about confusion. You're wrong. But you see the concept that the people have when Honorable President came down and they okay, my people, they went down to the little children. If it's not done that way, for the record to be clear, to know who is wrong, who is right. After you have done that with the Krahn and the guilds, you go to the Mandingos and the Manor and the guild. What happened here? You're making plow every day for land business. What happened? Why you putting people on the Krahn people and you're start getting them? You know, let me tell you a story. I was in jail. And that guy here, they call him Vanny. He has some pele name. He was my we're in jail. It's like a home now because I stayed so long and almost like a home. So the guy was serving me because I had the opportunity for food. So we had a government jail. Very strong government. Military government. You go sober, that's what they call the area. And well known by all the criminals in town. Because I was in jail. So I was criminal too for treason. They were there for armed robbery and all will became criminal. So we're all there. This guy here wronged the government. And they were disciplining him. When they were beating that guy, and he was serving me now. Oh Lord. How you beating me so you're the beating Krahn man? Oh Lord, how you beating me, you're the beating Krahn. Can you imagine that? And when he left from the beating ground and keep a meeting, you know what they did to me? I said, no, Krahn man, I hold your phone. Another story I will give you. A fellow came to me and said, I want to drive my truck. I said, where were you doing the interview? I said, where were you doing the war? He said, I crossed the bridge. I said, but I heard they say printers were killing people. Why were you doing across the bridge? He said, hey, I just scared. Printers are not killing nobody. That meant they now he killed nobody. Only Krahn man didn't go. The only way he killed nobody. Can you imagine that? And how far we gone, man? You see, so when I come here and this thing come to my mind, why we had to fight and people continue to bring to reawaken what I passed, some of decide to forget, then I get emotional. But please don't hold me responsible for the emotion. Just control me as you are doing.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. And thank you for giving us the permission, Master.
Testing. Thank you very much, Mr. Witness, for your presentation. I found it very refreshing and to the point. I would like to ask some questions regarding the period of investigation that has been given to us
by the Act of the PRC. I would have read you my preamble, but in the